What is going on, guys? ACX Fitness back with another video, and today we're doing a little informative video on clean bulking versus dirty bulking, and I'm gonna let Colin explain a little bit about it.
So we got a Google Docs here. We just made up real quick just to kind of like keep everything refreshed in our mind so we don't forget stuff. First, we're gonna do clean bulking, and we're gonna tell you pros, cons, and then we're gonna give you our opinions on that. And then we're gonna do dirty bulking and do the same thing: pros, cons, opinions. And don't give us too much hate because everyone has different opinions, but we're just gonna give you ours, and you may not like it. But yeah, so I think Andrew's gonna start us off. He's gonna be doing the pros of clean bulking, and then I'm gonna be doing the cons. So
Okay, so starting out, we got clean bulking, and that's eating a surplus of healthier foods, but then you don't want to go too far over your caloric deficit, which we'll get into later, versus dirty bulking. So a few pros of clean bulking is it helps you sustain a healthier lifestyle. You're not eating all the trash foods or whatever, and that helps you. You have to prepare everything. You're still getting your good vegetables and everything in. It helps have more energy throughout the day, and yeah, that's pretty much it for that topic. And it's good for people who gain weight easily because you're not eating a whole lot more. You're staying in your caloric range. It's good for people who gain weight easily because you're staying in your caloric range. You're only going about 500 calories over your limit.
and a lot of times lower than that, even 100 to 200. Just depends on really how fast you want to gain weight.
So, but the thing about clean bulking is you're only gaining like 3 to 4 pounds in your
Every-
bulking stage.
Yeah, like every 2 months, pretty much. Like it's a long time. It takes a long time.
Our next topic is it helps you stay lower in body fat. Like we said, you're not eating a whole lot more calories and you're only eating clean food. You're not gaining a lot of body fat versus dirty bulking. Helps you stay lean while building muscle because one, you're not eating a whole bunch of trash food, so you're only getting the good stuff. You're getting your good carbs, your good fats, your good protein, so then everything's pretty much benefiting your muscle growth. And then the fat that you gain along the way is very hard to see while eating clean.
Yeah. So for cons, it is harder to maintain because you're eating a lot of plain foods, healthy foods like chicken breast, brown rice, just broccoli. I mean, you can put seasonings on it, but that's going to give you your sodium and make you hold water retention. So if you're trying to have that really lean look, you don't want a lot of water retention because it gives you that little extra layer between your muscle and your skin. Yeah, it'll be harder for you to maintain. The progress is very low, so you may be doing this for 2 months and only see 3 pounds of weight gained, and which isn't a lot, because like right now I'm kind of like in the in-between stage. I do a little bit of dirty and I do a little bit of clean, but you have to have those off days to maintain your diet, because if you don't have a little bit of an off day, you're going to go crazy and you're going to binge, and that's not good. You don't want to binge. I'm in a caloric surplus right now, so, and I'm only probably going over 500 calories, and sometimes more. Like I said, I do a little dirty too. But so I think it's been about 5 months since I've been doing this, and I've gained like a little over 12 pounds, and a lot of that was water too, because I was like a freaking sponge. Nothing was in me because I was creatine too, and because I was such on a deficit that I had no water retention at all, nothing. So I was just like, you usually have to prepare the meals yourself or meal prep, so this is gonna take you a lot more time. So if you have a job, it's harder. That's another reason it's harder to maintain, because sometimes if you're at lunch at your job, like a 9 to 5 job, you only have half an hour lunch breaks. You're like, dang, I need to go grab some Burger King, which isn't the best option, but sometimes you have to do that, or you have to go home and make a quick turkey sandwich, which that's what I usually do every day, processed turkey. But I mean, what can I do? I'm trying to stay as healthy as I can, but as quick as I can, because time's not all there all the time. It can be more expensive because you're buying more healthy foods, and it seems, which sucks, because you would think healthy should be cheaper because you want people to be healthy, but it's not like that. It's more expensive usually. And if you want the good stuff and not eating chicken breast every day, then you got to buy the more expensive stuff. So that also is not a plus, but you got to do what you can. We're gonna talk about our opinions on clean bulking and like our experience with it.
We're both in like the middle here. We both do a little bit of clean versus dirty. Like we'll go like half and half throughout the week, I'd say. Well, I'm more on the dirtier side. We'll get started into the opinions. One, it tastes like shit.
Not always, but
most of
the time until you have that cheat day. What?
Go ahead.
It takes, like I said, a lot longer to gain weight. When I was working my way up to what I'm eating now, which I was only like 200 over probably my maintenance level, it took forever. It took me, I was gaining a little under a half a pound a week. So that's why I'm eating more now. And we're both skinny and we're kind of hard gainers, like, so we can't gain weight really quick. Like we can eat as much as we want basically and almost stay the same. So we have to eat a lot.
It's clean bulking is not very good for us because, like we said, it takes a lot for us to gain.
But maybe not you.
Yeah, maybe not you guys, but for us, we got to eat like a stupid amount. Like I probably got to eat 1,000 calories over my daily limit just for me to gain that 1 pound of fat every week.
And he still doesn't gain that much.
Right, I've only gained 15 pounds over my. I've been bulking for like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Something like that, but most of that's all water from just creatine. Cause I still got visible abs and stuff like that. Meal prep is key for clean bulking because it's harder to prepare, it takes a lot longer. You gotta prepare everything all at once rather than cooking 3 times a day, every day for your whole span of bulking.
Which gets old after a while. Once again, you're only eating around 200 to 500 calories, which it could be different. It's just our opinion on what a clean bulk would be. So yeah, say anyone who doesn't know what maintenance caloric intake means, it's like what your body needs of calories to maintain its weight. So I think my maintenance level is around 3,000, somewhere in there. It's hard to track. What you got to do is you have to calculate your intake every day, and you have to weigh yourself every day. And if your weight's staying the same weekly, then that means you need to up it. So if you up it 100 calories and you're still staying the same through that whole week, then that means you're on your maintenance level then. So up it until you start gaining a little weight, and then you know you're in that caloric surplus. We think around 200 to 500 is a good range to be in for a clean bulk. Even 100, but that's hard to find. And if you're wanting to gain weight a little bit faster, you want to go to like 200 to 500. 100 would take for really long time.
Yeah, it'd take forever.
That would basically be like maintaining.
Alright, so for our last topic of our opinions, you have to eat a lot more because the food is a little less calorically dense. So you have to, like a full meal, well, what would be like a full meal? Like 500 calories of
Like
clean
so
clean
if you're,
food?
Yeah, like us, like 800 would be a clean, like with like a pound of turkey breast and rice and broccoli would be around 800 calories. And when you eat that, you feel like you just ate 1,500 calories. So that kind of sucks in a sense because you gotta fill yourself up way more because the healthier you eat, the less calories, but the more filling it is, if that makes sense.
And then it's also a lot harder to find food with like that really high in calories if you're eating clean. Like
Yeah.
you look at like broccoli and stuff like that, and
It's
there's like barely anything in a serving.
What, like 25 calories a serving or something?
I think there's a little more than that.
Like 30, it's not very, it's like 30, 25.
Yeah, it's not very much is what he's saying. But then here we'll get on to our next topic, which is dirty bulking, the best version of bulking.
Alright, so dirty bulking. So what this is when you eat like 500 plus over your maintenance level. But you can still do dirty bulking in like 200 to 500 range But what that means by dirty is you just eat really whatever you want. You're just trying to get the calories in. You don't care if it's McDonald's, KFC, you just eat it. And like a freaking, yeah, you freaking eat paper towels. It don't matter. Anything with calories. For some pros here, you're gonna see weight gain and progress a lot faster. You're also gonna see more fat too, which sucks, but it's just how it works, how your body works. The more you take in over your maintenance, you have to gain a little fat with muscle. But yeah, you're gonna see results faster. Another good thing is you don't have to worry about fighting cravings. You just kind of eat what you want, when you want, whatever you want. So you're not hungry, and stuff actually tastes good. You don't have to prep every day, which it's still good to try to prep a little because it keeps you where you want. But when you're eating whatever you want, you really don't care. So like, it's just that makes it easier. You don't have to prep. You can just go to the store, buy what you want, or go to a restaurant, eat what you want. The food definitely tastes better. I think I've mentioned that enough now. Yeah. There's no restrictions really on what you eat. You really, I don't know. You don't really want to do this a lot because you're gonna get fat. I mean, if you're working out though, you're gonna gain muscle, but it's gonna be harder to see it because you're putting on that water retention and that layer of fat, and so it doesn't look like you're making progress, but you're gonna have to look more at like your weight, like how much weight you're putting up, how many reps you're getting on pull-ups, stuff like that when you're doing this kind of dieting.
Also with like the no restrictions on foods, you still want to make sure you're getting your proteins
Your
and
macros,
stuff in.
yeah.
Like you just want to make sure you're hitting that. Especially bulking, you want to get a little bit more than what you're getting, like just to maintain.
Once again, gain weight faster. It may be fat weight, it may be muscle weight. It just varies on your training. Like if you're doing very high intensity training, you're gonna gain less fat. But if you're just doing strength training, you're gonna gain a bigger layer of fat, but you're gonna get way stronger though, because you have that excess energy to help the muscle faster. Because when you're on a deficit, you don't have that energy to build muscle. I mean, you still can build muscle. It just takes a super long time, even longer if you're doing clean bulking. This is a cheaper way of dieting. Eat anything. You can buy the cheap foods, but you still want to try to get the good stuff with the proteins and the fats and the carbs. More time efficient. So if you're at work, you're out on lunch, you need to go, you just go eat whatever you want. You can go to freaking McDonald's and buy a big old Big Mac, freaking just slam that down your throat. Yeah, definitely more time efficient. So that's why I feel like a lot of people do it more. It's easier to get more calorically dense foods, like opposite from the other dieting, where stuff fills you up a lot quicker with less calories. This you can get like peanut butter is full of calories, and like I think 2 teaspoons is like 190 calories, which is insane. That's 2 spoonfuls. I mean, if you eat a whole jar, you're gonna get like 2,500 calories. so like it's just easier to find stuff with more calories and less filling, which is also unhealthier. It's really good for hard gainers because hard gainers can eat whatever they want and that doesn't really change anything. So like eat what you want, just get the calories in basically to try to gain weight and try to get that excess energy once again to build that muscle, to help your body. It fuels your body basically to build muscle. And when you're in a deficit, you have no energy, so you're not fueling your body to build muscle as quick. Yeah, that's it for our pros. I think he's going to get into cons now.
So some cons of dirty bulking. First I'll just mention we don't have very many cons. For our first topic, we got force feeding. For my definition of bulking is I want to gain as much weight in a short period of time so I can get stronger faster. And that's a lot of force feeding and bulking. You'll see a lot of like the stronger guys, like strong men, power lifters and stuff. This is the time where they start force feeding. You'll see them get that gut. They want to gain as much weight for their for competitions coming up so they can put up higher numbers. and then also it's the perfect time before cutting season. Another con of it is it spikes your insulin with all the carbs and unhealthy sugars you're getting. If you were to continue eating poorly, like a lot of sweets and stuff like that, that's when diabetes comes into play, and then high blood pressure and stuff like that, like stuff you don't want to look at while you're young, and you don't want to have to do that. And then another con is you'll feel sluggish throughout the day because there's so much, you're eating so much food that your body, it takes a lot longer for you to digest, so then it takes more energy to digest your food, and it will require you to be more tired throughout the end of the day and not as motivated to do stuff. Our next topic will be it requires much more time during cutting for you to lose all that body fat that you just put on, especially if you're doing it like in a really short amount of time, eating as much as you can, because you're getting a bunch of calories and stuff like that, and your body can't really handle all that, especially if you've never done bulking before.
Mm-hmm. You want to work your way up to that point. You don't want to just start slamming down food. You want to start at like 200 over, then 400, and then if you want to go with that, then you can go like 5, 6, 7, 800 over, and then like him, he has to be 1,000 or more over. So
like to maintain, it's probably about 3,000 a day. So I'm eating 4,000 to gain just a pound a week, which is kind of crazy for me.
Your maintenance might be more than that, honestly, but that's a close range.
Yeah, just like in that range.
Ballpark.
It makes your body unhealthier. You're not getting all that healthy food. You're not getting all that healthy carbs and stuff for energy. You're just packing on a bunch of sugar, and your body.
It's gonna make you feel down, sluggish.
Right, and then you're just gonna pack on that body fat that you want to avoid.
One opinion would be the food definitely tastes better.
Oh, for sure, it tastes a lot better.
But the only sucky thing about that is it's gonna make it way harder to cut down because you don't want to sacrifice those good foods for the bland foods, but you just have to. That's part of training. Whatever your body wants you to do, you do it. That's another thing. That's a whole nother topic we could get into. But like, you don't want to force your body into anything. Your body will tell you what you need, and everyone's body is different than ours. So this may work for you, it may not, but this gives you a good range of what you could do.
And it's also good if you have a 9-to-5 job, because like you was saying earlier, you can just go out and get food. Honestly, I prefer to get Chipotle just because that's a little healthier.
Chipotle is actually really good, honestly. A bowl or something.
If you get the right stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than McDonald's or something like that, something cheap.
Don't get freaking sour cream and cheese. That's the worst thing you can do.
I get sour cream and cheese.
Fast food works miracles. Go to McDonald's and get 4 McChickens.
For $4, dude.
Can't do nothing. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, gains and no money. We're kind of kidding about that, but whatever you got to do. I mean, get those calories in. If you need to run to the freaking gas station and get a tuna fish sandwich, that's disgusting. Yeah, just get it.
It's very time efficient. Like, if it's cheap, you can just go and get food. Really, anytime you're hungry. It's very time efficient. You can go and find like cheap food anywhere. Like fast food, honestly, Chipotle, and most fast food restaurants have healthier options too, like salads, stuff you can just get when you're running low on time rather than cooking a full meal.
This is a very efficient and good way for people who have trouble gaining weight, once again, like us. But I don't like to do this all the time because I want to stay healthy too and have the energy for good workout sessions. But yeah, people with really high metabolisms or have trouble gaining muscle, and then just eat whatever you want basically. Still kind of watch your macros, make sure you're getting your protein in and all that good stuff, because that's what's the building blocks of your muscles. Part I don't like about this mainly is it makes you gain fat faster, well, me at least, because you're putting your body like sugars and fat, so you're gonna get that water retention once again. You're gonna get the fat to build up. But yeah, as long as you watch that, it's not gonna happen. But yeah, that's just a downfall for me. That's why I don't like it.
Our final topic for our opinion: you can eat whenever you're hungry rather than when you're cutting. When you're trying to specifically eat 3 meals a day, eating that calories that you have set, you don't want to go over that. And just helps you maintain a lot easier when you're cutting. Versus this, when you can eat whenever you're hungry, you're trying to gain as much weight as possible in that time. So
Yeah.
whenever you feel hungry, you want to eat.
And like he mentioned cutting and how most people when they cut, they don't even eat 3 meals a day, really. They'll do like it's called intermittent fasting. So like I did this for a while. So for 15 hours, usually that's like my range. I like to do 15 hours. You just fast. So that only gives you 8 hours during your day to eat, which is a smaller time frame. So it's going to be harder to eat more because you're going to be full. So that helps you cut. But like it sucks because that 15 hours you might be freaking super hungry. You'll wake up in the middle of the night hungry. Or you just got to do what it takes. I mean, that's a whole nother video too. I mean, this is only like the first video on dieting and nutrition that we're gonna do. We're gonna have a whole category of different nutrition stuff. All right, well, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you with any questions you had. And if you have more questions, make sure to comment down below. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. We love all your support. We just can't wait for this channel to get bigger eventually, and we just want to be good role models for people.
We got a lot of big things coming in the future, a lot of ideas we've been thinking about, a lot of speculating, a lot of things that we can do to improve our quality for you guys. I just want to say, if you guys are watching now, I'd say subscribe now because it's only going to get better from here on out.
Yeah, and we can only learn from here, get better from here, and keep pushing, whatever it takes. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Can't wait to see you guys next week.